Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, man. It's been a while. I tell you what, I got taken up by some other things. Put YouTube, I would say honestly, on the back burner during this time. Got to get back on this train here, give you guys the content you need to be informed and, you know, I guess entertained on what's going down here around Phoenix and the surrounding areas. This is your first time. My name is Baggio, local real estate expert here in the Phoenix metro area. If this is not your first time, welcome back, and I appreciate you for lending me some time and checking out this video. Today, I felt like I got to get out of the office, right? Give a good, you know, just explore a little bit. So today we're actually at Mesa Gateway Airport on the border of Mesa, Gilbert, Queen Creek. It's kind of right all around. Fun fact about Mesa Gateway Airport, it just got rebranded or renamed, if you want to call it. They dropped the Phoenix out of it. It used to be Phoenix Mesa Gateway, but I don't know the full details on why. I had assumed it's to just differentiate, to keep it separate from people trying to look at the actual main Phoenix International Airport, because the other ones surrounding, it's kind of like any other city you go to, right? The other smaller airports that aren't the main hub one, they're going to be named something different. They're going to be named towards, you know, that city, that town that it's in. For example, Scottsdale has its own Scottsdale Airport. There's the ones on the west side too, named after those cities. So why not this one just stick to Mesa and not have Phoenix Mesa? You know, I go to LA a lot, for example. Visit family over there, and you know, you have LAX, the main LA International one, then you have Burbank, you have Ontario, you have Long Beach. So it just makes sense, I guess, for them to drop the Phoenix name. Got some cool private jets right here, Superstition Mountains right there, can't get any better. That's like about 85, kind of want to, you know, sun's out, guns out, make sure there's no tan lines coming up on these arms. And yeah, just enjoy the breeze, just enjoy the trees, enjoy the sun, have some fun. I just made that up off the top of the dome. But yeah, so since it's been a while, hey man, it's honestly been since like the beginning of the year. A lot of things have been changing. A lot of things kind of stay the same as well. We have gone past the winter market and are in the spring, full spring ahead, right? A lot of external factors, nationally, globally, economically, that we are seeing effects in the housing market. So all in all, for the rest of this video, I do want to tap on the pretty much a housing market update, what we're seeing on ground here in Phoenix and surrounding areas such as Mesa, Chandler, Scottsdale, Gilbert, everything around, and what we're expecting to move forward, at least maybe through the rest of the year. Of course, with the cliche, I don't have a crystal ball, can't actually tell, but what are trends showing? First off, number one, the inventory here in Phoenix is growing. Now that's a double-edged sword. That means that one, people are still trying to sell their homes, so homes are being listed, and at the same time, there are not enough buyers that are interested or that want to actually buy the home, purchase the home. From the beginning of the year to now, we're in the low 20,000s for available homes at one given time on the market. We are creeping up towards that 30,000 mark now. And it's a mix of things. It's new, it's resale, investors also putting those homes on there. New constructions are also not moving as fast. But yes, in general, inventory is creeping up as we are going through this spring market and headed into the summer market in a couple months. Overall, it's pretty much a balanced market across the board. There's some pockets, of course, that are stronger suited for buyers, stronger suited for sellers, but overall, it's more balanced. Negotiations have to happen. It's not just, hey, take this home or not. Buyers aren't fully able to just get a full lowball offer on a seller either. But yeah, that is the number one thing that we've seen. Secondly, there's still a steady influx of people moving to Phoenix, Arizona, to the surrounding areas. I myself have a lot of folks that are interested in relocating as well. The local job market is continuing to grow. It is continuing to stay steady as well. There's expansion happening both west and east of downtown Phoenix. So if you're talking about on the west side, cities like Surprise, Buckeye, Litchfield Park, those are still seeing growth and influx. And on the east side over here as well, past Mesa, this is Mesa Gateway, right? But if you go east towards those Superstition Mountains, you're heading out towards Apache Junction. That is growing. Queen Creek is establishing itself as one of the top suburbs around. And overall, Chandler and Gilbert Mesa are continuing to just improve and grow and give new things to the communities. Then you're even talking Scottsdale, north of that, Cave Creek, it is still just kind of pushing out, growing steadily. With that as well, we're just see business growth, right? I kind of mentioned about the job market. Of course, that goes hand in hand with businesses coming in and out of here. And businesses continue to come here. Tech industry, data centers, chip centers, talking about entertainment as well. Lots of restaurants are establishing their first Arizona locations over here in Phoenix and the surrounding areas. You know, we're supposed to finally finish up that Mattel theme park on the west side at the end of this year. Lots and lots that are still happening, and it's going to be a steady stronghold for entertainment here in the valley. Now, what is the advice that I'm giving to people interested in buying here right now? So yeah, that's locally, right? And nationally, right? Of course, our hyper local market's going to be affected by trading markets, interest rates, all that is tied together. And all I will say is I always point back to the control what you can control. Does it make sense now? As much as we want to, there's pros and cons to every part of the roller coaster of the ebbs and flow of a market. So while right now rates are still steadily staying on the higher end in the sixes and whatnot, don't fully quote me. It depends on the type of loan you have, depends on your actual history, your financial history, depends on how much you're putting down. That all is what it is. But really at the end of the day, we're still seeing that sixes range for interest rates. And yes, new constructions, right? So new constructions are a big talk around here, and home building in general, because whether it's tariffs, whether it's labor, people have their opinions on what's going to be happening, what is being affected for home building. All I can tell you is it is still happening. It's still happening. These builders still purchase this land, 10, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it may be. There's still going to be development, retail, commercial, residential around us. So my advice right now, especially for buyers that are, I would say, interest rate sensitive, or they're very, very stuck on trying to get a better deal. These new constructions are giving so many incentives to just try to make sure that they are still selling and moving their product, if you want to call it. I mentioned that rates are generally in the sixes right now, mid sixes, right? I am seeing incentives to where these builders are able to give a buyer a fixed 4.5% rate, and in some cases too giving a buy down on top of that. So for instance, $600,000 home, 6.5% rate, you're talking a mortgage of over $4,000 a month. This is just off the top of my head, okay? I might just drop this here, clip it here on specifics. They're able to do that, but able to give you a 4.5% rate, 2%. That averages out to, you can be about $500 a month difference, depending on, again, how much more you're putting down. So 4.5% fixed 30-year with a 2-1 buy down. So what that means is the first year you move in, your interest rate's 2% lower. So that'd be a 2.5. And then the next year, year 2 goes to 1% lower from the original. So that'd be 3.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4. And then year 3 through 30 stays at that fixed 4.5%. And if that wasn't enough, some of these builders on top of that are still throwing $5,000 to $10,000 in cash to you towards your closing costs. So yeah, there are some wild deals, especially with these quick movements, these homes that they're already built but are sitting, and then whether they lost the buyer, whether people just lost interest, they want to sell these homes still and get their money back from buying the home. That is a big thing I'm seeing, especially on these outskirts where there are a lot more new construction. Interior wise, if you're looking at homes that are older, if you want to call them older areas, because you want to make sure you're in that city, whether it be for family, your job, or you just like the city more. Resale is not going to be a full way around it unless you're assuming somebody's FHA or VA loan. That can be a whole nother topic. Comment, text me, call me about that. I can give you the lowdown on that. Basically, you are taking over someone's loan for them. You become the person that is responsible for that payment, but the interest rate does not move. So if someone got a 2.5% interest rate back in 2021 and you don't want to lose that, you can try to work and get that 2.5% rate still with that same home. Whew, that was a lot of info. What I will say is I feel good about the Phoenix metro market, going forward. It is steady. There's so much opportunity out there. I know I didn't mention with sellers. Sellers are still finding success as well. You just have to be you have to be more strategic. You have to be more strategic. You have to be aware of what might be asked now. You kind of have to cross your T's, dot your I's on things. You have to have a great listing strategy, presentation, price it right, and you'll still sell your home. You have to just show that it's worth an offer, to be honest. That's what it is right now. But overall, I feel great about Phoenix Metro. I feel great of the growth that's still going to be happening. People still want to move here. People still want to move about. People want to upgrade. It's a great time to be here and to get in here still. If you have any questions about how it is here, specific town or city in the region, in the valley, let me know. I'll be more than happy to hop on a call with you, just talk through, just see where your mind's at, and if you have any other additional info you might want, and I can track it down for you. Again, thanks for stopping by. My name's Baggio. Holler at me. Follow me on social media. I'll drop my Instagram handle here. I'll drop my phone number, email. I have a website. Not hard to find me. There's very few Baggio Saldivars in the world, I think. If you just put Baggio Saldivar real estate in Google, you end up finding me. How do I know that? Yeah, I've done it. I've had to check and see what comes up, I have to see, hey, is there another Baggio around? I don't know. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. Hope you have a great day. Stay blessed. Switching up this outro. Stay safe out there. Love y'all. Talk to you later.